Hi there everyone. Welcome to Fingers, Fums and Fits, and in today's episode of What's in the Box we will be looking at the Wave 1 expansion boxes for Masters of the Universe Battleground. I've got both the Masters of the Universe faction box, and the Evil Warriors faction box, to take a look at, so let's see what we've got inside. And I think it's fitting we start with the Masters of the Universe, right? So let's set this one to the side and take a look. Now, these boxes contain only 2 characters, but do come with some scenic pieces too. So who's in the box? For the Masters of the Universe, we have the Sorceress of Grayskull, alongside her daughter and Captain of the Royal Guard, Tila. We also have 3 portals on this sprue as well, which has been colored in the same cream as the heroes from the core set. Also included are new character and item cards. I'll try to keep them out of the glare of the lights. But I won't be getting them all out right now. However, I might do a faction focus on the characters further down the road. Let me know in the comments if that's something you'd like to see. These portals are a new addition to the game. But they're looking pretty cool. They look like they have some nice detail on them too, just as the rest of the models and terrain do. So we'll take a look at those later. Aha, so this is where the new rules are. We have new rules for special terrain, force fields, and portals and teleporters. And we also have the model's assembly guide too. So let's just pop all this back in the box. I will be assembling and showing off the models at the end of the video, but before then, we've got the Evil Warriors faction expansion to take a look at. So let's open these bad boys up. There's a slightly smaller sprue in this one. I guess because it doesn't have any portals. But it does have a couple of teleporters. Now, the characters that we have in this box are Scareglow, shown on the left of the box art, and Beast Man, on the right. And I am still loving the purple plastic for these Evil Warriors characters. I think the color is fantastic. What's not so fantastic is me not having it in shot there. But here you can see the teleporter pieces. And as I said, I am loving the purple plastic. These'll look damn good when we get them on the table. And again, we have the character cards. And some equipment cards. There's an assembly guide for Beast Man. And Scareglow. And once again, some new rules. Which are the same as in the other box. So there we go. That's the Evil Warriors expansion. Let's take a look at what they all look like assembled. Right. So here we have the models clipped and assembled. Let's start off with the actual characters. Here is the Sorceress of Grayskull. It's quite a nice model. I've always been intrigued about having a model of the Sorceress, as I never had her action figure as a kid. I think she's quite a cool character, and I'm definitely looking forward to painting her. She was fairly simple to put together. Her legs were maybe a little bit fiddly to attach, but nothing too major really. The rest went together quite nicely. So yeah, there we have our Sorceress. Moving on. And next up is Tila, another cool character. But, this one I did have a few issues with. Mainly, unfortunately, which you might be able to see here on the model. Part of the handle of her staff snapped off. But, I'm still kind of okay with how that looks. I don't mind her having a shorter handled staff, so I figured I'd just leave it like that. Plus, it would have been a bit of a pain to fix anyway, as that's quite a thin bit of plastic. Aside from that though, nothing much to write home about the assembly of this model. Both of these characters are quite dainty, so they do both have a few thin elements to them. But nothing too mad. Just need to be a bit careful with them. And now we move on to the scenic elements, these portals. They were just one piece, clipped off the sprues. This is the first one. Has a nice vortex effect. Here's the second. And I really quite like this one, with the effect of the bricks falling off into the portal. That's quite cool. And finally, the third is a bit weird, as it seems to be enclosed by some sort of machinery. I don't know what that is, but that's quite a neat idea. Also, I don't know how I'm going to paint the portals just yet. I probably won't try to emulate the box art, but we'll see how it goes when I get round to them. But yeah, that's the Masters of the Universe expansion unboxed and assembled, so let's now take a look at the Evil Warriors. Right, so this box is a little bit simpler than its counterpart. Firstly though, I'm actually going to show you these little teleporter counters. They've got quite a nice look to them. Kinda similar to the portals from the other box, with the swirling vortex design. But these ones obviously lie flat on the floor. Here's the other, fairly similar, with its swirling vortex enclosed within a kind of, I don't know really, mechanical part? Machine? But I guess that would be how a teleporter would work. But now, on to the actual characters. And I think we'll start off with Scareglow here. And it looks like these purple models are showing up a bit better on camera than before, so we can properly see the detail on these guys. But yeah, Scareglow is quite a cool looking model. And he also comes with, well, that's a halberd rather than a staff. But it's a bit chunkier than Tila's. I didn't have any issues with this one. And if we look at the back, don't know if you can make it out, but there's actually a little notch on the back of his cloak, for the handle of the halberd to sit in to add a bit more stability. That would have been handy if Tila had something similar. I think it would have been handy if Tila had a slightly thicker handled staff. But anyway, I'm not complaining here, I still like the model. But yeah, Scareglow is quite a cool model. Quite imposing, and terrifying. I have to admit, I'm not 100% familiar with the character. I've heard his name before, but I don't really know anything about him, but we'll see how it goes. He was also fairly simple to put together, as he only had a few parts. Legs. Cloak. The chain whip thing on his belt. And the arm with the halberd. So yeah, nothing overly taxing. And last but not least in this wave is Beast Man. He was no issue to put together whatsoever. This model has 4 parts in total, which all fit together nicely. He had his body, his left leg, his back and right arm, and his chest and face. They were designed in such a way that you might not have even needed glue to slot them together. So yeah, nice and simple, no problems at all. I guess you could say, Beast Man wasn't so much of a beast to put together. But I like this model. Actually, I don't think I've seen one I don't like yet. And he's a bit of a classic iconic character. Rose to fame briefly possibly due to some old videos, I think in the 90s or early 2000s maybe, of Beast Man and Skeletor. But yeah. That wraps up the Evil Warriors faction, and in fact wraps up the Wave 1 expansion releases. Please do let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I hope to see you for the next one. So for now, have a great day, and I'll see you later.